Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Capsule Cast. This week, this is round 4, or the quarterfinals of the playoffs. I am your host for today, Anthony, with my co-host, Destiny.
Yo.
And our two very special guests. The first one, the coach of the Earth Defenders, Macho.
Hello, everyone.
And our very favorite special guest, one of them, the coach of Cold Kingdom.
Hello.
I wish I was a favorite special guest.
You're my personal favorite. He's a cast favorite, you know.
Oh, I feel insulted now.
All right, they're all my favorite. I love all the guests. Okay? How's everybody doing today?
We living.
Good, yeah. Surviving.
Awesome. Well, without further ado, we want to get this moving, get this train going with the first match. All right, so this first match, we got the North Kai bracket. We have Team Muscle versus Team Earth Defenders. As we can see by the records, Earth Defenders won, but this was a hard-fought match. Trunks coming in early versus Mid Vegeta. Trunks beating him, but barely. And then after that, it was really the 13 show. He dominated a lot of what ED was throwing out there, but Krillin took him out. And after that, it was just kind of squishy for Muscle in the middle. 3 weaker guys, and the rest of ED was able to just clean those guys up. But for someone who can comment on the match more in more detail, let's go to Macho. Tell me what you've been thinking about this match, man. What was your thought process going in?
Well, yeah, the 13 show is a good way to put it. That's the terminology I used before the cast. It's when it comes to Muscle, 13 and Trunks can really dominate matches and even win playoffs. Like you saw 13 the last couple of seasons in playoffs. 13 just decides he wants to win a playoff match. He goes elite. Like there isn't much you can do about it. When it comes to our team is equipped, I fully view that we don't have a really true answer for 13. But on the flip side, there are better characters that can face 13, and some of our characters that we know can do really good against other characters in Muscle, like Krillin. Krillin's been insane this playoffs. He's been insane the regular season. This is a crazy Krillin season we're seeing, and it's on a defense build. But Krillin just comes in, and if he's placed correctly, if he isn't against 13, because I'm pretty sure 13 can wash Krillin, but if he's placed against other characters in Muscle, he can do his good 50, 60,000 at least of damage. When it comes to this match, I feel if Muscle spaces out their characters more with 13 and Trunks, or get luckier with that, I feel it's more, they have more of an advantage. Also, a very disappointing match from Bojack. Many would argue that Garlic and Raccoon's been struggling all season, so to expect much more about him, you would be happy, but it happens. But Bojack's had a solid season, and he kind of just got washed. So, if the match, we had to come back, but in the end of the match, you saw if Bojack just had a better week, that the match was Muscle. So. If you had Bojack closing it out and actually getting the dub, Muscle could pull it out. So it was an exciting match. It went back and forth, and I argue that this is a very close series, and either team can really pull it out at this stage. We're starting at 0-0 again, and we'll see how this week goes.
Awesome. Xmat, how do you feel about these two teams that one of which you may have to face next round? Who knows? I don't know. How are you feeling about these guys?
Both are very scary in their own regard. I mean, I think Muscle's more top heavy with 2 obviously very strong characters and then everyone else filling out, whereas ED's very solid overall. I don't see anyone. I know Tien's had a bad season, but if you look at past seasons, if you can judge anything off that, I don't think ED have a massive weak link, whereas Muscle, yeah, I can probably look at a few of them and go, well, more Garlic and Raccoon really, and go they're kind of weak links, especially Raccoon. Don't get me started on that guy. Don't get me started.
Your Raccoon hatred is showing.
Yeah, well, after 2020, he's kind of ruined me he's destroyed me. But yeah, no, I think the thing is, I think as much as like 13. Usually these sort of performances, they win matches, right? They win, like the 13 performance is a match-winning sort of performance, a playoff-winning performance. I think that the problem is you got Raccoon and Bojack out here in match-losing performances. They haven't done anywhere near enough damage. Like, just, you know, if Raccoon does, I think he did 15k this match from what I remember. So it's in that area. If Raccoon did like, I don't know, 30k.
20.
Bojack did. How much did Bojack do? Did he do like 20k as well?
I think it was 26. Yeah,
26. So if Raccoon does 15k more, maybe Bojack was 10k more. In fact, does he even need to do that much? Because I swear. But yeah, you get my point. Like, they just need to do like 15,000 more damage each, or 10,000 more damage each, and they win the match. And it's kind of like one of those where you've got 13 doing so much lifting. Trunks also doing quite a lot of lifting because he was going against some pretty strong characters from what I remember. He went against Vegeta, obviously. Did he go against Goku at one point, or did he tag out by that point?
Who went against Goku?
Trunks.
I think Goku may have been the second one. I think it was Goku that took him out, so I think it was.
So he's going against two what I would consider top tier on ED. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Macho. Like two of the top sort of tier characters, at least stats wise. And he's doing really well. And then you just got Raccoon and Bojack kind of letting the side down. Even Garlic did decent in this match. In all things he did, 35,000 is ridiculous. So,
speaking of Garlic, I have a question for the guy who loaned them Garlic, Mr. Destiny. Do you have any advice for Muscle going forward about Garlic, maybe in their next match? Assuming, obviously, it won't really, interfere with the actual builds or anything. But if you were Muscle, how would you build Garlic in this situation? Or are they doing a fine job? I don't know.
I honestly can't really tell because they're forced to have the transformation, while the only other team that can have Garlic, or the only other teams that can have Garlic, don't have to use this transformation.
So you would, if you were them, you would spend the 1 point to give him the Broly's ring, or would you,
Maybe not. Also,
Mm-hmm.
no idea why y'all thinking Bojack kind of didn't do well this week, because I'm pretty sure he did very well, because last I remember, Mid-Goku and him were about a bar difference, literally both on the last bar, one B2 from either of them killed.
No, it was 1 bar difference, but you have to look at it as Mid-Goku also started out weaker because he faced Raccoon before. And Bojack struggled in damage. The reason why he only has 26 is because Mid-Goku also took damage from Raccoon. That's why.
A bit.
It was like 10-11 from Raccoon. But yeah, so Mid-Goku was at disadvantage. Bojack came in, with his 5 bar the key, and he didn't do much. I think Bojack, you expect at least 40k right most weeks, but he dropped the ball. I think if he had a decent performance and took the advantage he had against Mid-Goku, that's a Muscle win.
Well, the interesting thing about Bojack I've noticed is that he performs really well the moment he transforms, but usually that occurs when he's on his last health bar. So, but even in this match, he was struggling against Mid-Goku the moment he transforms, immediate B2 into combo. And it, I guess Muscle do have a trait, they get better when they transform, but man.
That's another thing about the Bojack performance. He did hardly any damage before the transformation. He was Goku had a 2 bar lead until Bojack transformed and brought it back. But it's when especially if you can't rely on Bojack transforming all the time, that was a really bad week from him.
Yeah.
It was tough. While I have you here, Macho, before we move on, I know Xmat's chomping at the bit. Before we move on, as future fans of ED or future supporters, what's the future looking like for Earth Defenders? Any loans, any things like that? You don't have to get too spoilery if you want to keep some things hush hush, but just what's the vibe of the team going forward? Since we have you here right now.
I mean, it doesn't have to be spoilery because I've been pretty open. I love doing trades. It freshens up the team. It's fun. I get to learn and do new characters. I absolutely adore loans. So I'm looking to do as much loans as possible. And if you find that exciting, if you're like, oh, I don't want to do the same old team over and over again, because when you think about it, even in the past league, ED has a big master list. But who have you seen like every year? Tien, Krillin, Mid Goku. They've been there forever. Like Yamcha's been floating around the last few seasons, but he was there for a long time too. So there's a lot of potential for things you could do with ED, and I hope to bring that out this offseason.
Hey, well, I'm excited to see that.
Exactly. The only character that you can never give up is Mid Goku.
Yeah, he's the exclusive. So yeah.
You could change him to base if you wanted to be spicy.
I mean, yeah.
Well, he was asking about the loans, but I actually do want to test out base a lot. So if you like base and Mid Goku, I'm testing it.
There we go.
Give your suggestions. I'll put it in.
Are we all ready to move on to match number 2?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Right now we have match number 2, which was the East Kai. We have Cold Kingdom versus the 2021 champions Royals. And this match, at least from my perspective, it seemed kind of topsy-turvy for Royals. A lot of their later end characters like Slug and King Vegeta were set to go first, and Tam and Majin Vegeta were set to go last. Interesting. Didn't really pay off this match because Cold, in my opinion, is probably the scariest team in this playoffs. Their ult spam potential, as we've seen with King Cold, Cooler, and Frieza, was just way too overpowering for Royals. Meta did do well against Mecha though, but that's because I think Meta just does well against androids in general. He's just very good. But to give a more detailed viewing of the match, let's go to Cold Kingdom's coach, Xmat. Tell us about what happened. What were you thinking?
Oh my god. So, I mean, when I came into this match, I was pretty scared. I mean, especially when the lineups came out and it worked out well in the end, but I was a bit worried about Slug versus King Kong because I just thought that Slug would just spam him to death and then
it is unpredictable.
Yeah. So I was a bit worried because we were thinking about starting Zarbon as well. And I was like, damn, I wish I'd started Zarbon then. But it actually worked out pretty well. King Cold, ult spammer. Who knew? Who knew? But I just couldn't believe it was like, you see that 2021 champion at the bottom there, right?
Yeah.
That 21, it was King Cold 21 season. That's what it was. He came back. He was like, "Yep, okay. I've not been doing this well this season, but I'm just gonna come back out of the blue." And he was just great for some reason. I don't know why.
3 goddamn ults.
It was that Yajirobe AI, dude. Attack.
Frieza, yeah, I mean, Frieza, I think the thing is, I think King Cold is the clutch of this match for us, obviously. But Frieza is like the one that maybe hasn't got as much praise because I think the character he took out was the one that needed to be taken out. Majin Vegeta needs to be shut down like at any cost for me to win.
Taking out half his health immediately, that kind of, in my opinion, cinched your victory.
I like how you say that, and yet Majin Vegeta, at least from what people were saying back at the watch party, still did like 40 to 50k.
But this is what I mean. He would have done even more. Like, if I could imagine King Cold coming back in and just dying, like it was so clutch that Frieza was the one that came in, and obviously he had ult +1 this week, and so it meant a 21k ultimate was coming in his way. But yeah, so that was really clutch. I think I wasn't actually too disappointed with Cooler's performance, despite him doing less than 40k, because you got King Vegeta, as I like to call it, where King Vegeta just transforms into an ape and just gets off like a super explosive wave for like 14,000. So it's one of those really. But yeah, I was pretty happy with the result. I do want to say that I am a little bit, still a little bit fearful of Royals. I mean, when you got Meta Cooler and fucking Majin Vegeta just there two characters. One that's been really consistently hitting, like, I think Meta's like 45, 46k average this season. And then you've got Margin, who can just pop off anytime. So I am still scared to death, and I could easily lose this 2-1. So.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm kind of interested to hear Macho's perspective. As someone, I don't think we hear a lot of ED talk. How do you and your team feel about Royals and Cold? You guys worried about them, or are they just another team? You know.
For this next, I mean, it's definitely something to be worried about. I think when it comes to volatility this season, like how their characters can explode, I think these two are actually the most explosive. Because on one side, when you have Cold, you have the ult spam. Our match against Cold this season, we actually performed better. But then Cold just decided to ult spam, and we lost. That's literally what happened. Like Xmat can tell you, like it was literally just Frieza coming in and deciding he wanted to win a match, and he. And the Xmat said, "Oh, this is the best clip for Frieza because it's literally him ulting and then going back to max power over again, like, and then Nova Strike when he was about to die, like." So I wasn't unhappy how ED performed that week, but like there wasn't anything we could do. Like and that's a side for Royals. If Majin Vegeta just decides to. They'll win, you know. There's not much planning you can do. There's nothing you can do. If those characters, like in the characters, either of those teams just decide to win, you know, that's their win. But so there's inconsistencies. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you can fight against it well, but it's always that volatility that's very worrying. You know, all the planning in the world can't stop it.
All right, Destiny. I have a cinema-centric question for you. Between Cooler and Meta Cooler, which would you rather want on your team? In a hypothetical universe.
Alright, if I was looking for melee or ult spam, I choose Cooler in a heartbeat, like normal Cooler. But if I was just looking for maybe a more consistent and a more trustworthy character, I'd choose Meta Cooler. Not to knock regular Cooler in, like, him being consistent, but he has had some weeks where he's very down in the rump, you know?
Yeah.
While Meta Cooler is constantly like, yeah, he's had some bad performances, but I don't think he's had a single one that's at least below 40k.
If you want flexibility, though, Cooler gives you that. I can tell you that now. Yeah. The fact that I just whipped this Super 2 build out like pre-season,
honestly, both of them are pretty flexible because Meta's an android.
I guess he could do. He's just never been used on anything other than defense, so...
It was used on Super in testing, but they haven't gone back to that. Probably because of, King, Majin, and Slug there taking a lot of the Patars.
And Deborah for a little bit until he got,
we won't talk
categorically
about
FA benched. You know, I just can't wait to see the builds and then like Deborah's then. That'd be funny.
That's gonna be nuts this off season. No, I have a question for. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no. Oh, I was just saying. No, but yeah, like, I would love either of these characters.
Just, true. They're both great.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Not having it next season because we have garlic brands.
Well, I have a question for everybody. Who is the most bestest green person in this match, okay? Slug, Tambourine, or Zarbon? Who's your guy?
All right.
I'm going Tambourine.
I'm glad you said their names because remember anything.
I always remember Dusty. Don't worry.
I'd say Zarbon.
Are you talking about overall or just the match?
In your heart of hearts, not even just
in my heart of hearts. I think Tambourine can take over a match with melee, which is something very few characters can do. So I'd probably go Tambourine.
All right.
Completely unbiased. Zarbon. Yeah, Zarbon. Pretty unbiased.
No bias.
No bias at all.
Oh, whoa! Special guest staff member Toshiro.
Now that's how you make an entrance.
No bias.
Hey Tosh, who's the best green man? Zarbon, Slug, or Tambourine?
I'm stuck between Slug and Tambourine. Probably
Traitor.
So you're gonna pick Tambourine?
Yeah.
All right.
Tambourine.
This is a call out to Royals coach Fat Happy. Clip this, send it to him. Notice how no one said Slug because he's a subpar. That's all this was.
Between. I said I was in between. Okay.
And you picked the better one. And that's all this segment was just a Slug bashing. Okay. And
Oh my god.
Hey, don't worry, Xmat.
Agenda.
Don't worry, Xmat. I picked Zarbon.
Yeah, someone knows what's up. Go on, Destiny. All that.
But Zarbon really isn't green. Well, his green hair, but like his skin isn't green. So
that's a little.
Yeah, but he's absolutely fabulous, though.
You can't be light
really
green,
count?
bro. You can't be light. Wow, so if you're lighter, it doesn't count.
I was gonna say teal too. I was gonna say teal too. He's
it's
teal.
a light green, okay? It's a light green.
That's more blue.
I completely agree. Tell me this is not Zarbon's color right here. That's exactly teal.
Pulled out the whole color swatch and everything.
He identifies as green, so you're just gonna have to treat him as such.
Yeah,
and that's his
He's green. Okay.
All right. Now that Tosh is here, are we ready to move on to, I guess, a pretty good match? I guess. You know?
Oh, poor enemy. Enemy's gonna cry. He's not gonna be happy.
The thing about it is that I told Enemy, I was like, good luck, man. Hopefully it's a good match. It was a good match. It really was.
For one team.
No,
it was a good match, but for one team in Ultimate Gohan. There wasn't much of another team, but but it was Ultimate Gohan.
All right,
I mean, Trunks had a decent match.
He did. Okay. Match 3, Weskai, Hybris versus Rugrats. As you can see, Rugrats 1-0. This match, Nam came in, UDW. He did a B2, and I was scared. And then Goten was like, I'm Goten, and I win. And that happened. Ultimate Gohan did his thing in this match. Sword Trunks did his thing. And I underrated member, I think Teen Trunks, while he did get styled on by Cell Jr. pretty badly, he was beating him up. And losing to Cell Jr.
That was Team Gohan who beat up Cell Jr.
Yeah, that. Did I say somebody else?
You said
I thought you said Team Trunks.
Did I say Trunks? I meant.
I mean, technically.
Technically, he is
valid.
Team.
Technically,
He's a Team
valid.
Trunks.
It's not his name.
They're all hybrids are the same, okay? Unless you're Nom. Let's be honest. Yeah, I said it.
Discriminatory.
Gohan
Tosh messed up the whole mojo, dude.
You messed up your own mojo.
Nah, dude. Tosh, like,
I just
it's like when the cops come in, dude. The whole vibe.
Carry on, Anthony. Carry on.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, Soul Jr. did good. Everybody on Rugrats did good. Tosh, why don't you talk about your match? Since you came in late, you did a whole thing. Talk about your match. Do your thing.
No, it was a good match overall. Ultimate Gohan tagging out twice, really brought this back for them for the most part, because I think it was only almost a 2.5 bar win for us, probably closer to 2 bars at all. But Rayleigh got shut down by Sword Trunks, which I wasn't expecting, to be honest with you. Goten continuing, like Anthony said, where Nam did the 1B2, it went for 12K. Yeah. I was scared with that, but then Goten turned up, he just turned up and everything and took out Nam, and then he took out 3 bars of Ultimate Gohan before he went down. So that's all I can ask for. And Cell Jr., that level bastard. He has been doing great ever since we changed his AI in like week 13 or 14. And I think the first time we did it was actually against ED. So it was like ED, and then I forgot who we fought last. And then all throughout playoffs, he's been keeping that up. So Cell Jr. and Frieza, and Goten, those were our top 3. Trunks came in for cleanup. Rayleigh, he struggled a lot, only like doing 19K, but everyone else did great.
Yeah. Speaking of ED, Macho, as the former coach of hybrids, what
No.
would you? What if?
No, I was a supporter.
I thought you were the coach.
I
No.
did do the builds that season, but I was a supporter.
Everyone thinks
I'm
some
so
of
sorry,
the most
Enemy.
active supporters are their coaches. Don't worry.
True. It
happens.
felt like you guys were dual coaching. I'm not gonna lie. It was.
I
was
mean,
an
I
interesting
did
effort.
do the he asking I did do the builds that season. That was me fucking going ham on hybrids.
Well,
builds.
as a supporter, former supporter of hybrids, what would you do if you were in their position? You're 0-1 against Rugrats, you know, little fuckers. How would you beat them?
They're in a very peculiar spot that I never was in. They kind of just gave up on Future, which is something I never done. But I think they've something I'd focus on is try to stay a little grounded, because when you have characters like hybrids who have the base stats but can always, not show up at times, you got to stay grounded with the builds. And I think one issue they keep having with Nam is that they find something, but then they keep seeking to improve it mid-season without testing, and they keep changing the guy's build. And I think it's sometimes good to make some adjustments, but you need to keep it grounded so you have Nam to be there perform. Because if you mix it up too much, you don't know what you're gonna be sending out there. I think you just gotta kind of play it safe. I'd say you definitely have a lot more options than most when it comes to your FA and what lineup you can do. Like most teams, without question, will have a 5-man lineup, coming in. But I think hybrids have some maneuverability, so it's very interesting to see what they would actually throw out.
Okay, interesting. Xmat, what? Do you want a fun question or a serious question? I got both loaded up.
Go with fun first. Let's say the fun one.
All right, this is for everybody then. Out of all these children, which one would you babysit?
Wow,
Oh my god.
that is a question.
Goten. Goten is like the easiest one.
Goten is the easiest one to deal with.
No,
Really?
Kid Gohan's the easiest by far. He's a fucking
Kid Gohan is a sweetheart.
He's a book nerd. He's just gonna sit there and study.
I didn't look over that side. That is true.
You didn't even
Yeah,
look at
Kid,
me.
I was just looking over the Rugrat side. You said which one of
I'd say
these
Teen.
kids? So I was like, yeah, probably Kid Gohan. Yeah.
I'd say Toon.
Teen? All right.
He is technically a kid. He's fucking 11.
Yeah, but teens are sassy. And
True,
11-year-olds
he
are
will be
sassy.
angsty. I'm picking Frieza because I feel like we'd be best friends.
Frieza.
Frieza
not a
doesn't
kid,
count.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not.
Frieza-
He's
no,
not
I mean,
Rugrats or
Frieza
hybrids.
is the babysitter for Rugrats this season. He don't count.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that Frieza. Oh,
Yeah.
completely
That-
forgot that was a. Okay.
Fine, I'll
Yeah.
pick Aurelie then because I feel like it'd be fun.
I don't
You're
know
the-
about that. A fucking child that can destroy the Earth and just destroy, or just literally destroy anything. Really.
Yeah, but she'll
Probably
put
the-
it back
probably
together.
the multiverse if she
She'll put
wants
it back
to.
together. She'll put it back
Yeah,
together.
oh god damn.
It's better than Cell Jr. Cell Jr. is like
Cell
he
Jr.
smokes
is
in-
probably the worst one to
I
babysit.
mean,
He's-
it probably
he's-
depends. It depends. 17 was able to round them up.
It depends.
Cell
Okay.
Jr. will be on like beyond scared straight.
I
Okay,
think-
he's not.
Somehow you need to have the strength of 17, so you need
I,
to
th-
somehow
I
get-
think
get
it's.
around
I
it,
think it depends also on what Cell Jr. you babysit.
probably.
There's different ones.
They're all the same,
Yeah.
really.
They seem to have a
Surely.
little bit of different personalities.
One's more like Frieza, one's more like King Cold,
I don't really
one's
care
more
about their
like
fathers,
every other
so
evil
I don't know.
character. So, yeah.
Okay.
What's the serious question? I want to know. Tell me.
Oh, should I guess this is for everybody too? Should Rugrats use fusions? Yes or no?
Yes.
No. And I also, as the second thing, because you didn't ask this question, but I also think that Hybrid should definitely bring Future Gohan in. There you go.
I agree. They should.
100%. Like, I actually think maybe for Nam, because
think it's for
I
Nam.
can't remember who did
So-
more, Kid Gohan or Nam.
I see it as a positive they bring in Future, most likely, because we have had issues with him in the past, like past seasons and everything.
Mhm.
Just for context, Nam only did 23,000, and Kid Gohan did 17.
Oh, God.
All right, put him in for one of them.
So-
He can't do worse than that. I mean, he can, but I don't think
Who
he
did
will.
Kid Gohan even go against? Because you would.
Kid Gohan went against Frieza.
Frieza. Yeah, you got.
Oh, he's been going. Frieza's like a top, one of your best.
You're gonna say he's a top tier?
A top tier character. We all know this already. No, he's been one of your better characters this season, right? So maybe that was just bad. Whereas now, to be fair, now I'm winning against Goten. So either way, kind of like both won against bad characters. So bad for them to go against. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they need to sort that out first. The lineup might need several changes because I don't think they want Nam against Goten again. That's for sure. But that was terrible.
I would say even with Ultimate Gohan, I definitely see them like doing better if they start him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But if
he still lost, he would still lose.
Yes, going based off of our divisional that we had, minus the boost, Goten basically like almost won that fight.
And
like,
also in this match, I remember this part specifically. Didn't like Ultimate Gohan come in and then take like almost 30k off Goten, like instantly, or like 25,000.
Yeah, he took 30k from from Goten and everything.
And that's Goten on his last bar, or last 2 bars, because Nam did 20k, right? So if Goten had full health, there's a good chance that Goten will just kill him flat out.
Yeah, but it also depends because Goten had the momentum, I guess, at that point.
Yeah.
Maybe he started getting going at that point. So we'll see. I will say one of my favorite highlights in this match was Special Beam Cannon Anthony beating Super Kamehameha. Being extremely useful.
One in a million chance that works out.
No, it wasn't just a Super Kamehameha. It was the ult.
Yeah.
Big ult. I mean, I guess it happens. It won't happen against us, so I guess you could take the victories where
your Photon Flash and Super Kamehameha will be beaten by Special Beam Cannon. Yeah.
Macho, did you give the answer of whether Rugrats should use fusions or not?
I did not. I am from the school of thought that the fusion is really not good. It takes away way too much for what it's supposed to be, and it's basically. I feel like when you think of a character's performance, it goes character by character. This character will work, this character won't. Having 2 characters means that there's 2 opportunities for the character to do better or to adjust. Having 1 character out there, if you put Gotenks in a bad spot, then he's in a bad spot. You just wasted 2 characters. So I definitely wouldn't say that. I actually have a question for Coach, though, if you don't mind me.
Oh, yeah. Throw it out, brother.
What is with playoff Goten? For not only this season but last season, he was your best, pretty by a solid margin for both seasons. Just why is Goten just see so much more, life or value in the playoffs?
I don't know. I was just saying, honestly, like this season compared to the last 2, I feel like he's been doing a lot better in general. A lot more of a all-rounder considering his build, how he's built now. But all we really did was, we changed his AI, but we switched him from attack 1 to attack 2. And I don't know. Honestly, I really don't. I can't really tell you what we did because the most of his build is relatively the same. Because I think back then he would have KSA and Dende's healing, but this season we gave him instead of KSA it was Light Body and Fighting Spirit, something like that. So like we gave him more like of the scaling Kataras, and then Piccolo AI is a very good melee AI for him, and also he hasn't done it yet in playoffs, but in the regular season he has thrown out his ultimates, so a lot more than what you would expect. So
yeah, thank you.
All right, any more questions, or are we ready to
one more question. This fun question in my opinion anyway. Which right, everyone had, like, a lot of teams have them, so you got 2 bros, 1 father son, 1 cold family power. Which ult where someone brings someone else in is your guys' favorite? There you go. Which illegal tag ult is best?
Illegal tag? Okay, no bias. I unironically think 17s is probably one of the cooler ones.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Hey,
that's just
my favorite has to be Father Son because Goku doesn't actually physically come in, so it's not an illegal tag. Eat that.
I mean,
yeah, true.
technically he is there, like so.
Hey.
Oh, Hercules
he's-
is pretty good
hey,
too. Hercules is
Oh,
good.
Hercules.
Hey, but he's there in spirit. He's not actually physically there, so it's not illegal. There you go. They're never breaking any rules.
Okay, sure. I would say 17s, or I'm still a big fan of Bros.
Okay.
So I wish that 18 though. I will just say this, in like some of the old games in like Raging Blast 2, they had two separate ults for if 17 did it or if 18 did it. So I wish 18 had her version of it because it would probably be great if 17 did come in instead of just her solo.
18. Yeah, she didn't get much this game. Kind of sad. You got one, Macho?
I will stroke Xmat's ego for a moment and say I like the Cold Kingdom, the Cold family, the King Cold. Even though it's a little, I guess it's a little letdown what the actual does. I feel like just having the whole crew there is pretty good. You know, it's a very nice thing, and I know he's been throwing out more recently this season, but seasons past we never saw that old. He never liked it. So
True.
you know, it definitely was exciting to see him use it anytime he could. Yeah, that's
You know, it's a really rare one that you never see. SSJ3 Go Tanks doing the volleyball. You never see that one, but it's really good.
Oh yeah, saw it like once in the off season. I think maybe in off season actually.
Probably.
I know in
testing
we definitely saw it a few times.
If I was being biased, I would obviously say my own. But for the sake of unbiased and non-biased, whatever you call it, Hercule probably. I find that funny. It's more hilarious. Yeah,
I think
great.
my hate for Hercule
overrides it.
It will. I will never say that.
All right, we ready to move on to the final match of the week?
El Stampo, yes.
Yeah.
All right, we got South Kai match number 4, Androids versus Kaiju. Androids won. It started off with 16 versus Bardock, very close. 16 got lucky with a 13k grab combo. Love to see it. And then he took out almost a bar Turles. Cell came in, took out Turles, Adult Gohan. He tags, brings in Tapion. Tapion does the rest. He tags, brings the Super 17 to do like a bar. That was the match. I'm sorry. Much into detail.
The match is over. That's all she wrote.
Tapion was a disappointment. He did not go Kaiju versus Kaiju.
I was very mad. He did almost go Elite though, so it balances out. But I was very mad. He did not do Harudagarn. One of these days he will. Toshiro. Yeah. I need you as a staff member. Give a compliment to Kaiju and a compliment to androids.
Okay, the androids one might be difficult.
I mean, you're putting me on a spot here.
One good thing for both teams.
Super 17 isn't a total waste. And for Kaiju, Nappa is amazing. Nappa is great and everything with his ult spam. Unfortunately, and Bardock is pretty much the same. Bardock is actually probably one of my favorite characters on that team. So.
Okay. Now, Macho, one criticism for both teams.
Wow, babe. Dude, I was thinking in my head, oh, what am I gonna say? I was actually just gonna give more compliments. Like I was gonna say,
really?
Well, I was gonna say that.
If you want to.
Cool. Because I was gonna say is like Tapion, you know, it's finally showing why you picked them up. Because when it comes to the Androids base roster, you're getting everything you want. You're getting the incredible Cell season. You're getting a consistent 17. you're getting decent 16 performance, and you're getting a 40k Super Sub team. Your base Android roster, you can't ask for much more than that. You love to see it. But Tapion actually kind of struggled a bit this season. But this playoff match, if he didn't show up, Androids could have lost. But Tapion is showing why you guys picked him up as a free agent, why this season looked so much better because you have Tapion on your roster. And he definitely proved it that match. And for Kaiju, I don't. It's not even just this season. I have been on the Napa train for a long time. You can ask the Kaiju sports. I love Napa. And Napa is showing up once again. He was probably the biggest reason why they were able to get past Sentai. Like Napa's performances as tags. So a really stalwart character for them. They have I think a big thing, I guess I'll do a criticisms too for Kaiju. I think a big thing they need to look at is their positioning of characters. I feel like a lot of their strong bursty characters, like Adult Gohan, they just been washed because of poor matchups. Like Adult Gohan against someone who doesn't allow him to, just get his B1 off, keep the spam. Yeah, there's some. And Androids is a hard team. All Androids is hard for him in that matchup. But there's you can position him better. So see what you can do with Adult Gohan and other characters like that need some breathing room and can just go off. But yeah, that's those are my thoughts.
I'll give a compliment to Kaiju real quick. No cope, unbiased. I genuinely think if they didn't fight us, they definitely would have beaten a couple teams. We are probably their worst matchup in terms of having a lot of people who pressure them and a lot of ape killers.
A water map,
a water map.
Let's everyone hate on the water map quickly.
A water map. We deal with apes really well, probably better than most other teams, just in terms of the kind of characters we have. So it's just a lot of bad stuff was happening for them. But I think, well, I'll get to predictions, but yeah. They're a very good team, very strong. Whatever happens, I have only good things to say about them. Mm-hmm. What about you, Xmat?
Yeah, so along the lines, the water map. I think I think that is a big reason why they lost, because you look at their best characters, the characters you look at all season. Nappa obviously is the first one. He's someone you want charging, firing off B2s, and obviously when the half of the map is literally water, it kind of doesn't help. That and everyone being in his face. So I mean, it's a double sort of I don't know what you call it. What's the word for it?
Double-edged sword.
It's not double-edged sword. Yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah. That's right. And so it's kind of screws them over massively in that regard. And then you look at I think, Future Gohan. He was another one. I swear. Who did he go? Was he against Cell? I felt like he was against Cell.
Oh, you mean Adult Gohan?
Yeah.
Yes, he was against Cell.
Yes. And again, I seem to remember him not getting any space. Cell was just in his face constantly. And then, again, combined with water, it's not a great fucking matchup, is it, really? Not going to get any chance to charge, and if you do get a single second to charge, sorry, but you're underwater, mate, so you're not going to get anything. So, I don't know. I think that, the next match could be a lot different because of the map it's going to be on. But, yeah, I think Kaiju, this is, their worst matchup that they can possibly have. Like you said,
even
even if they win, they have to come back to the water map as well. Yeah, that's what I mean. But I think this is the worst match they could. If they were in any other Kai, I think this is what you were kind of alluding to, Anthony. They have a potential to win. I could see them potentially beating hybrids, just because it's I don't know. There's something about androids and Kaiju, and it happens every season. Mainly Cell seems to destroy Kaiju, but yeah, one of them, really.
Desi, you got something you want to add to this one, or do you want to hear a fun question? Another one.
Another one.
What's the fun question?
Okay. If you would you rather be an android or a monkey that can go big monkey?
Oh, I'd rather be Tapion.
Tapion? You can't be Tapion. He's one of a kind.
I don't know.
101.
I don't know. He's right on the screen, right there.
He's 101, dude. You can either get a cyborg heart or you can transform into a great Ozaru.
To be fair, some of the androids are unique. Like 16's a completely unique android. So like that's
Wait,
one of a kind.
There's a caveat to this question. Is it like Scouter and King Vegeta where they like are in control of their great Azaru, or is it like Kid Goku where you turn into an ape, you can't control yourself, you're smashing things
You
up?
could choose. Whichever.
Whichever. Well, I think
Whichever
it's
you want.
definitely going to be the one where I'm in control, like, because there's no way I'm going to be, out there causing mayhem and then like
No.
get tracked down.
I don't know. I might want whatever fucking Android 17 is smoking because he went from barely being able to do anything versus first form Cell to being one of the fucking strongest people in the universe, bro.
That's what we call plot, my friend. Okay, and if the plot's working for you, you can do anything.
I don't know. That's
you-
what we call protecting that goddamn island of his.
If you're a Saiyan and you can go big ape, you can have the potential to become a golden ape. Well, wouldn't that be so cool? You know what I'm
And
saying?
then go Super Saiyan 4 and have fur all over your body, you know?
Exactly.
I think I would rather have being an android. It's like
Or-
having the door, like if your tail gets caught in the door, like someone closes the door on your tail, someone accidentally grabs it, all your power is gone. And apparently that's a horrible feeling unless you train it up.
Or
Just be smart and be like Nappa and fucking Vegeta
Honestly-
and have it around your waist.
honestly, not even
There you
your
go.
power at that point, just fucking locomotion. Like, you can't
Oh, no,
even
dude, that'd be kind of interesting. You have like a walking hitbox at all times. Like, that's kind of cool. Like, you got like a super weakness. You got like, you could wrap it around your fucking waist like a belt.
That's what, yeah. Wait,
Also-
also, again, another caveat. Can you just do it whenever you want, like Vegeta? You just put the ball in the air and you can go,
Yeah,
yeah,
throw the ball in. Throw it up.
yeah,
I mean, honestly,
blitz.
I'm split because having a tail would probably be cool.
Hmm.
You'll be able to whack the shit out of people.
Yeah, I can whack
But,
the shit out
oh,
of
sorry,
people
my
with it.
tail just that by
But
accident. I'm sorry.
also, like, being an android would be kind of neat because you could never run out of stamina if you're, like, say you're Android 17 or Super 17. Or
Yeah, live
being
forever.
constantly able to heal would be nice. But you also have to deal with the fact that you're essentially immortal and due to aging. So you'll
Mhm.
never age.
Yeah.
That's good though.
While being, what I was saying, you have a long lifespan, but you'll still die of aging.
You know, these are the conversations I love to get into on Capsule Cast. You know, the matches, those are one thing. I need
Oh
the
my
deep
God.
philosophical questions of what it means to be an Ozaru. You know, that's what the people are here for. Did you answer Macho or?
I did my little comment. I think I'm good. We're getting out of our pay grade here. I think.
We get paid?
I
Oh,
did
where?
at least.
I paid them.
Oh, good.
I feel like I'm being cheapskated here.
Well, while we move on to the predictions, my favorite part.
After you've derailed the cast, yeah. Let's move on.
No, let's go. You ready, Destiny?
I'm already on slide.
No, let's do it. All right, first match, we got North Kai Muscle ED for match 2, potentially 3. I'm thinking ED got this. I think they broke Muscle's spirit. They're feeling a little less muscly, you know? And I think ED's gonna take it. Xmat, what do you got?
I agree, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as what you like made out, like a 2-0, which is what I'm assuming you're implying. I think it's going to be a 2-1. Because I think the ridiculousness of like 13 and Trunks is going to show through one round enough to where Muscle get the win. But then the next round, Raccoon Dunce LVP is going to shine through for the loss. So,
All right. Toast, what you got?
Overall, I'm going to give it to Edie. Give it a 2-1. I want to say, like, part of me wanted to say Muscle, but because they usually do very well in a 5v5 setting and everything, and Ryan really knows his team, like how they act and everything like that, I guess just from, years of being on the team. So I can see him maybe fixing some things up, maybe some different placements could probably work. But I really want ED to win this. No offense to Muscle, but I want a new contender for the bowl. But just how ED performed last week, I can definitely see them still taking it, but I still say 2-1. So,
all right, Macho, what you got?
I'm in between. Kind of part of me wants to say expect the worst, hope for the best, because of course I want my team to win. But there, as one said before, there is a lot of volatility where 13 can decide if he wants to win, that he can win in a playoff setting. And I love how my way of trying to get advantage is playing mind games with Ryan throughout the entire week and Kami's lookout and all that. I just keep trying to play mind games with him. But any advantage is good, but I don't know, man. I think I'll say Muscle for now. I'm really scared of him, but I really want to win.
All right. Destiny, let's round this out.
My heart says UD because I want Muscle back, but I definitely know Muscle can bring this back. And I think everyone's missing an important factor. They're on ED's home map next week. ED's home map has water. It only it doesn't affect the one person everyone's talking about.
And yet, we have a much better home record than away record, and our home map was what determined the win against RW.
I think he's specifically talking about 13.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm just saying I don't think it's as much as an advantage as assumed. I think our home map is actually pretty good for ED.
I mean, it doesn't help a whole lot.
All right. So 3-2 ED.
Yeah, basically.
All right, let's go to the next match. East Sky, we got Cole versus Royals. I'm going to say another 2-0. It's going to be cold this time. And yeah, let's go to Xmat first. What do you got?
I wish I shared in your optimism. I think we'll win, but it's going to be tough because Royals have like the ridiculousness of Margin Vegeta. Metacooler can just, he's just consistent, right? He hits like 45, 50k every match, pretty much, I swear. I think it's just going to come down to Namek is their home map, so they've got water. So who does the water affect more? Does it affect my team more and like screw me over, or does it affect their team more because they pile up spammers as well? And I feel like they're gonna like just win out on that, and then gonna take it to a round 3, and then I think that's where we take W back on our home map. So that's what I'm thinking.
All right. Destiny, who you got?
Xmat. Sorry.
So good. That's fine.
I'm going to say Royals is going to make you have a slight heart attack.
Oh, okay.
They're going to bring it back round 2 and make it very close for round 3. Make it spicy.
Oh God. This is the one time where I don't want it to be spicy. Please, no.
Hey, it's playoffs. We gotta have that heart-wrenching matches, you know?
As long as I don't see fucking like a death beam go into a super Gallic gun like I did in the main season, and then I lose, then yeah.
We're going to see a full power death beam versus a JoJo's reference.
Oh no! Oh no!
They're both going to launch their fingers.
I mean, at least those clashes, so you have a chance.
It does. I've never seen King Cold win a clash, I swear.
To be fair, most of the time he's been having to power his finger versus a beam that
like,
uses
yeah,
2
giant
hands.
ball or like a, yeah, okay, yeah.
But this is a finger versus a finger.
Oh my god, the finger battle.
Finger.
Forget Thumb War, it's finger
Fuck
battle.
Thumb War, yeah. Alright, so you're voting for Cole?
Voting for Colt to eventually win it, but Royals I'm going to want to, make it scary for him. Big spice.
Oh God.
Macho, who do you got?
I think I agree with Anthony's optimism. I think it's 2-0 Colt because something I think Royals is just a poor. I think Colt is just a poor matchup for Royals because what Royals has a lot is they have the strong characters that can go off, but I think Colt is just very well equipped. They have the characters that can go pound for pound. They don't have the ball. You got the Zarbon, you got the King Colt. Those are characters that can take the slower characters of Royals like King Vegeta and Slug, and they can come out victorious. And even then, you have all the scary characters like Majin Vegeta and such. But Colt Kingdom has their scary characters. So I think Colt just matches up really well against Royals, which I think Royals has an unfortunate matchup, and I think Colt will be taking it.
Let's round it out, Tosh. What do you got?
I wouldn't go Colt. 2-1 though.
Dang.
Oh my God.
Clean sweep
Thanks for all
Colt.
the
Y'all think
optimism,
they're going to
guys.
win.
I mean,
I can't wait to be knocked out next round and just be like,
here's the thing.
Colt got destroyed. That'll be fun.
I can see it either 2-0 or 2-1. Mainly, and the reason why I think it's 2-0 because the whole water map thing probably won't last that long.
Oh God, yeah.
You got multiple supernovas. That's the thing. You have Metacooler who tends to throw his out every now and then. You have Frieza's Death Ball and everything, or Destroy the Planet, whatever. Cooler, Mecha Frieza. You have multiple chances where that water is not going to play a part. And there, they just have the better damage output.
I agree. I just think that I have a feeling now, little secret tidbit on the cast you get a thought into my mindset. I think Metacool is going to start personally. I just feel like they're going to do that, but yeah.
Okay. So clean sweep for Cold.
Do you want to say one thing?
Yeah.
Or two things. You never know. I think part of the reason why Cold's so scary is you never know who that ult's going to hit.
Oh yeah.
Because to be honest, an ult could hit Tam, and Macho Vegeta could be scot-free.
True.
Yeah.
And also, I'm never counting anyone Cold fights out after that goddamn Namek performance.
Oh God, don't remind me. Nope, not talking. We're not talking about Mecha Frieza.
you know it always is going to happen, bro.
Yeah, well, he was on a different build and different AI. So.
True.
Alright, anyway, moving on.
All right, we got Westcott. We got Hybrids versus Rugrats. I've been a broken record. I'm gonna say it again. Rugrats 2-0. Tosh, you go first.
I feel like it's a possibility we can 2-0. I'm saying that we're gonna win, but I am more 2-1. I'm thinking more 2-1 on that point. We're kind of spreading out our strongest out instead of being more back heavy. So Goten in the front, Kid Trunks is actually in the middle, and the Rayleigh's closing out for us with Cell second and Frieza fourth. So we're kind of trying to at least even it out completely. So,
all right.
And I don't think they're going to do Nom against us like in the beginning again. So I see Gohan and maybe future Gohan. I can see him coming in again. So, and with him only doing like a 36k average, I feel like we can potentially take it.
All right, Macho, who do you got?
Yeah, I think it's out of Rugrats' control. I think it's completely up to Hybrids and their decisions. I think if they make the correct decisions, I think they can pull out a 2-1. I think the way Rugrats and Hybrids are set up, Rugrats is an incredible team and has had a decent amount of playoff success. And I think if they were facing other teams, they'd go farther. But I think Hybrids can match up extremely well with Rugrats. So I think if they make the right calls, Hybrids can pull it back into a 2-1.
All right, we'll put you down for Hybrids with an asterisk. Destiny, who do you got?
Hybrids.
Hybrids?
No reason.
All right. No, just fuck Tosh. I get it.
No. It's just I think Hybrids can win this.
All right. Let's round it out, Xmat. Who do you got?
Well, I like how Tosh shared in my cautious optimism and went with a 2-1. But I'm going to share with Anthony this time. I'm going to say 2-0. Rugrats. I just
Alright.
think that I don't know the way that Tosh was just listing that lineup. So it's like Kid Trunks really strong, Cell Jr. pretty damn good recently. Who did you say was third again? It was Kid Trunks, wasn't it? You said
Yeah,
he was
Kid
third.
Trunks is third.
Kid Trunks is
So
third.
it's Goten, Cell Jr.,
Goten,
Trunks.
yeah. So Goten's pretty damn strong. You got Cell Jr. who's been pretty good recently. Kid Trunks is Kid Trunks. You know, he literally just blows people up when he feels like it. Then you got Frieza, who's just been pretty good all season, and Rayleigh, who I know wasn't great last match, but pretty sure this build and AI that she's been on recently has been like pretty good up till recently. So yeah. I mean, I think they're pretty scary, and I just think that like hybrids have to have one of Kid Gohan or Namin, which I don't think is great personally, but we'll see.
I will say that we are, of course, we're definitely trying. My mentality with this is like, if we have to lose in playoffs, I'd rather lose now, because I want to get like the most Zenny I can get. But if we win, I want to make it all the way to the bowl. So like, I'm committed either way, and I'm definitely gonna give my all. We're definitely gonna give our all to hybrid. So hopefully it plays out.
So we got 3-2 for Rugrats. That's gonna be a fun match to watch. Next, we got Androids versus Kaiju, the South Kai match. I think
Kaiju 2-1. I'm joking. No, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say we're probably gonna keep the lineup exactly the same. I don't see us changing it anytime soon. I don't think so, unless something drastically changes in the next couple of days. And I think match 2 will be more entertaining to watch. I think we're still gonna 2-0 them. Love you, Kaiju, but I'm gonna vote myself. Destiny, who do you got in this match? You're a South Kai boy.
Hold on. Go to someone else.
He's got this mute button on you, Anthony.
Oh, is he muted? Oh my God, Macho. Who do you got?
All right. You know what's very interesting? You hardly ever see this in the DBZ League, but this is truly map wars. You know, map advantage is never truly talked about too much because usually, you know, it's you get unlucky. Androids have certainly have losing seasons in the water map. We've seen it, but in this current setting with Kaiju and Androids, it definitely is map wars. So I think it's 2-1. Just give the home people their maps because maps do have a lot of stake in this match.
True. This is probably the most important in terms of math.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, Xmat, who do you got then?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with what Macho said. 2-1 Androids. I see Kaiju will get the win back at their place. A few apes will come out probably. Bit of tagging from Nappa and Adult Gohan, and then they'll pull out a win, and then they'll go back to Glacier, and then they'll get androids. Is what I'm telling them to use. There you go.
All right, Tosh, you alive, my man? Who do you
I'm
got?
here. I'm actually going to go 2-0 Androids. It's unfortunate, but I just feel like y'all have their number and everything at this point. And 17, who didn't come out last week, can really show out this week if he does come out. I'm sorry, I just feel like it's a lose-lose situation at this point.
Hey, I mean, you know, we all love Kaiju here. Destiny, are you back, or do I need to count you for me? All right, I'm Destiny now. Destiny would pick Androids 2-1 if I had to guess. Or, you know what? No, he would say Kaiju.
He said Kaiju.
All right, Kaiju. All right. All right. It's 4-1 Androids. Destiny. I'll see you Saturday in the watch party, which if you go to the Discord in the description, you can join as well as looking at the website, the Twitter, and the TikTok. Make sure you comment, you like, you subscribe. And, you know, we appreciate all the engagement you give to the YouTube channel. You guys ready to wrap this bad boy up in a nice little bow?
Yeah.
All right. I've been your host, Anthony. My co-host, Destiny, is indisposed, but he loves you all, with our special guest, Coach of ED.
Always a pleasure.
the coach of Gold.
It's been fantastic to be here.
And, staff, and I guess he's coach of Rugrats.
Yeah, Don't worry, Anthony. I'll get you next time. Bye, y'all.
All right, bye.
Bye. Oh my god.